Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right now.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
Game.
There it is, the Staples Center. And well, I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the power forward.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of run themselves.
Stolen by Collins. Here's Nurkic. And the layup is good.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Here's Leonard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but he still got the shot to fall.
And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. The shot's good. Leonard's got his second bucket.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
McCollum finds Lillard. Portland moving the ball over. Here's Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Clock at 6. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The 17-footer. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. A 3 from Morris. The Clippers keep it alive. Second chance shot. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by George. Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Portland shooting their first foul shots of the night here. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Pass to Collins. McCollum dishes to Collins. Over Beverly. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard on the wing. Back to Morris. On the wing, Morris. Pass to Leonard. The tray. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Whiteside. Lillard looking around. From deep. The Trailblazers rebound. Whiteside finds Collins. And a wide open look for McCollum. It's good from long range.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Passes it to Lillard. Back to Whiteside. It's stolen by Green. Knocked loose. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Misread each other on the pass, tried to recover, but too late.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Little passes to Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
His wingspan is 7'7". Whiteside using all of it there.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. 32 seconds left here in the opening quarter. To the middle. The pass to Shamet. To end the run. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And now, here's Hazonia, covered by Morris. And finished off by Hazonia.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Back to Jackson. Shamet on the wing. Deflects the pass, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disruptive.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown.
A lot of responsibility when things go.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
They've got Landry Shamet, Lou Williams out there with Jackson, and it's Green, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Back to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. On the wing, Green. Pass to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside light off his feet. Plus, he can block your shot with either hand.
To the paint. Here's Simons. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Here's Williams. And it's blocked by Whiteside. They get it back.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Jackson kicks to Williams. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Azania. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Nurkic dishes to Little, passes it to Simons. He feeds it to Little, and stolen by Williams. And now the Clippers on the break. Zubac the pass to Jackson. And he makes good on the layup.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Out to the right wing. Here's Simon. Up again. It's good on the putback. Nurkic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Jackson looking it over. Williams kicks to Shamet. .137 left in the first half. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. McCollum's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Little passes to Nurkic. Now here's Lillard. Defense is right there. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
And the one thing about Moore, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Anthony, the pass to Collins. Back to Anthony. Right side, Collins. Shot clock at 6. Good on the bucket. Collins has got 6 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies. George finds Morris.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Collins. Lillard outside. Now the pass to Nurkic. Now McCollum. Zubac defending. McCollum against George. McCollum no good.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the defense.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with that.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Now, Smitty, if you were playing today, who would you least like to see coming at you on a fast break?
I think in his prime, it would be LeBron James. Russell Westbrook is another guy I'd be kind of afraid of. I know it'd be a collision. But I say right now, it has to be Giannis because of the force and his jumping ability and the way he just glides to the rim.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're right. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. Collins kicks to Anthony. Collins dishes to Carmelo. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's George. It's good. George has got his second basket of the game.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Lillard attacking out to Anthony. 5 on the clock. Collins passes to McCollum. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 4. And here's Leonard. 6 points for him. Outside, George shoots the 3. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 7 points in the game.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
It's deflected. Nurkic finds Lillard. Down low. And there's Collins on the assist by Lillard. 10 points for him.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And a switch here also for Portland. Little, he's checked in for Collins. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Here's Trent. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
And here's Morris for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside, Simons. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
There's Williams with the 3, and it's Portland with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Simons. This one for 3, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 9-point game. Here's Williams. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Down low, here's Simons. Back to Whiteside. He dishes it to Anthony. Whiteside, the pass to Simons. Now Little. Pass to Simons. It's tipped. Outside Anthony. He kicks to Whiteside. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 4 assists in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Green.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man. Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Green. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Simons. 5 points in the game. Collins finds Anthony.
Come get it,
He gets it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Portland out in front as they end the 3rd quarter on a 14-4 run. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Reggie Jackson out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jackson. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 11. Outside Anthony. Here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Portland. Green finds Beverly. Can't connect from short range. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. McCollum with the ball, passes to Lillard. Four on the shot clock. Steps back and fires. And that one hits back iron.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. So it's Portland now. Knocked away. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Always applying the pressure. Beverly loves to attack you defensively and in transition.
Right side, Collins. Back to Lillard. The pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Portland again missing. Clippers trail by 10. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Collins. And Collins is right there. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Collins kicks to McCollum. From the wing. Count that one. McCollum's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that? Or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
You know, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There's some plays, I played with some players, after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game. But when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There's some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you did. You loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. The dish now to Carmelo. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. That one good for 2.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Cullen passes to Collins. Lillard with it, defended by Beverly. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here is Los Angeles now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
To the wing right side. Lillard, the pass to Collins. Looking to get back on track here. And good! He nails it. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Lillard outside. And it's McCollum in the corner. Fires the 3. Connects from three-point range. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the play.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to...
definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K21, where everything is game.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived. And before... Some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
Back to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Deep 2 from Anthony. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Anthony's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Trailblazers. Murray outside. Porter looking it over. And the 3 off target. And the Blazers were looking for that 3rd star. Chris Nurkic was starting to look like he might fit the bill.
Well, Kevin, let's think about it. You could argue that he was one of the top 5 centers in the league last season. He just turned 25, so hopefully he's still on the upslope of his career.
Now Lillard following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. And that's good. Damian Lillard for 3.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Porter against Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Shoots from the right block, and too long on the shot. It's been a slow start here for Denver. It's a 5-point game, and stolen by Lillard. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, you think about a franchise player, it's hard to find a better example than Damian Lillard. His play, his presence, Kevin, he's one of the most important players in Blazers franchise history.
Now here's Murray. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Jokic finds Porter. They need this. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Chris, you were talking about the presence of Lillard. Very cool and always composed.
Oh, Kevin, I love Damian Lillard. I mean, he's from Oakland. He has that town toughness. He's got that dog in him. I mean, he speaks softly and carries a big stick.
For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Craig. Back to Murray. Here's Craig. He's guarded by McCollum. 4 on the clock. Lets it go. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers leading by 7. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Simons, the pass to Trent. Right side against Jokic. Here's Little. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Grant, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Denver making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
And Hezonja gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Bull. Morris passes to Plumlee. Back to Morris. Launches a three. And it's Portland with the rebound. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
Oh, yeah, the guys, they need to lead the way. They spend far too much time on the bench. I mean, they'll be more careful than that.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Here's Trent, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the right side. Hezonja on the wing. Shoots over Grant. Hezonja's shot is off.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Grant, right side. The rebound by Simons.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Pass to Little. Here's Hezonja. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers lead. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star.
Buffalo, like fashion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Jeremy Grant is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Bull. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Daniels in at the 2. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Now here's Plumlee for the 3. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Daniels. Chris, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with two big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him throwing an oop. I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we'd look, and he'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them. And then the next play say, now it's your turn. You're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that will say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
The shot's good from Plumlee.
Facilitating from the inside. I mean, that can be a valuable asset from any offense.
No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. Misses the wing J.
Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Morris outside. Three-pointer. No good. Shot missing. Now Portland takes it the other way. And now here's Hezonja. He averages about 5 points a game. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. A nice shot by Simons. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
It's big for them when he's hitting the 3. I mean, he makes the D work a lot harder.
And stolen by Hezonja. Goes up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
Here's Morris. Portland making their last shot. Here is Daniels, and the pass to Bull. Three-pointer. A rebound by Hazanya. 1:49 left in the first half of basketball.
And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
They get it back. Pass to Simons. Now here's Little. He's covered by Grant. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. Portland needs to get off a shot. A nice shot by Simons. And talking about Bull, his dad, Manute Bull, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're two completely different types of players. Bobo's game is about skill. He can handle, he can shoot. And for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
Fade away. Passes it to Daniels. Plumlee with it. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Hazanya with the ball. Now defended by Grant. Here's Simons. Gets to the corner and buries it. Simons has got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
And here's Portland. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Right side, the pass to Hazanya. Pass to Trent from outside the arc. And the Trailblazers, another three.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
And now it's looking like it's going to be their night. I mean, the lead keeps getting bigger. He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
Back to Hazanya. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hazanya's got his second basket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside.
And that does it for the first half of play. Portland out in front.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Portland came out ready to play. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch to open it. And that
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Here's Lillard. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Just 4 to shoot. McCollum finds Nurkic. Fires from the corner. Denver grabs the miss. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Collins is running. Back to McCollum. The reverse. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Back to Millsap. Dishes it to Morris. Over Lillard. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading by 13.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
Lillard from outside. Cans it from downtown. Lillard's got the first basket of the third quarter for Portland.
An 0-for-3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
And here's Millsap from the arc. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Portland. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on their offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch. Great work to find the space to get off the open jumper. He's going to work hard for those.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good from outside.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Morris. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
McCollum right side. Lillard finds Collins. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. And that one's good. Millsap.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Portland leading by 13. To the middle. Here's Collins. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Collins has got his first bucket in this one. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year we're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, you know, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. And that's now 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Dozier kicks to Craig. The Nuggets with another miss. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. 16-point lead. Inside. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. So it's Portland now. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Lillard keeps it alive. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the pass to Craig. Now Jokic. And it's Portland with the rebound. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's McCollum for 3. Offensive rebound.
Love the heart that Collins is playing with. He makes use to give his all on the offensive glass.
From deep 3-point range. No good there. And so it's Portland with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Craig is the 3 and Millsap the 4. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Dozier in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Lillard with no one around. Good on the 3-point shot. Lillard's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Trailblazers. Murray finds Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Pass to Whiteside. Lillard outside. McCollum dishes to Whiteside. Back to McCollum from past the arc. Another shot. Kicks it out to Lillard from the arc. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dozier passes to Craig. And here is Murray. Right wing. Pass to Jokic. Murray outside. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Murray's got himself on the board with 3 there. Portland leading by 16. To the paint. Collins dishes to Lillard. Launches it. And it's Lillard again missing.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
And Millsap snaps it in.
Way to attack there off the dribble. Millsap showing great instincts in getting to the rack.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. McCollum outside. Collins passes to Lillard. Back to Collins. Releases. The putback, and it's Lillard on the follow. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now Anthony. Pass to Whiteside. Lillard with it. Outguarded by Murray. Here's Whiteside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And Whiteside sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Porter's checked in for the Nuggets. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Back to Jokic. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard with it. Here's the 3. Nurkic kicks to Collins. 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good on the triple.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide open 3 like that.
Got a piece of it.
Out of bounds.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. 1:33 left in the 4th. A step back shot here. Misses off the right iron.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer...
Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way! Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the pass to Hazanya over Daniels. Hazanya's shot is off.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
And the shot is good.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pulls it up. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Dozier can't get it to go. Here's Gabriel from deep three-point range, offline. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for
2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
A stunning view of the moon. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You take a look at the Mavericks. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Trailblazers just a couple spots back.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, this season has definitely qualified as a success for them. Their failures were well documented a year ago, and this year, the ups clearly outweighing the downs.
Well, there was no way you were going to limbo under the bar that was set for them coming into this season so low. Just about anything other than a last place finish would have been considered a success. It's just terrific that they've gotten themselves into playoff contention.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. And for the Mavericks, Seth Curry is out there with Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4-man position. Here's McCollum following the score by Dallas. Left side, Collins. Just 5 on the clock. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And here's McCollum for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here, as we know a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Mavericks making the shot. Back to Collins. Nobody near Lillard. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time. Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Here's Doncic after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Pass to Curry. Lillard against Doncic. Out to Hardaway. No good with the triple.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And that one is good.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Here's Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Portland leading. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard looking around. Passes to McCollum. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
Hardaway kicks to Finney Smith. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Wright comes in for Seth Curry. And Portland with a change here, too. Whiteside's checked in. Now here's Porzingis. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Dallas again missing.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
A 3 ball. Drills it from outside. Doncic has got his third basket of the night right there.
He's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
To the left side wing. Outside Collins. Doncic with the steal. Kleba kicks to right for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Collins. Back to Anthony. Lillard against Doncic. The pass to McCollum. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Lillard outside. Portland needs to get off a shot. Puts up a 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
Puts it up from 12. Up again. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer. Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Simons in at the point.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Lets it go from deep. Kleba with the rebound. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Pass to Hezonja. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Passes it to Simons. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Burke dishes to Barea. Back to Burke. The 15-footer. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Burke's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for Dallas. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Nuggets. To the middle. And here's Whiteside. His last outing, 16 points for him. Hezonja finds Whiteside. Now here's Little. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Seth Curry comes in for J.J. Barea. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic is checked in. Here's Trent, guarded by Curry. Pass to Simons. Here's Trent. Here's Nurkic. The pass to Hezonja. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Finney-Smith. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And finish off by Hezonja.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Finney Smith passes to Marjanovic. Outside for Curry. Again, the Mavericks score.
Yeah, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Little passes to Simons. Now here's Little. He's guarded closely. Pass to Trent. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Passes it to Simons. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup with the Blazers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Pass to Hezonja. Here's Simons. Little passes to Nurkic. Kicks to Little. Back to Nurkic. Down low. And stolen by Wright. And they're on the break. And that one's good. Perfect. Now it's a 7-point Dallas lead.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some.
And so it's Dallas, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never trailed by more than 3 points. And that...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Luka Doncic out there with Curry. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Portland.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Hardaway kicks to Curry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing correct, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You've got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Berea finds Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. Over Doncic. Lillard misses. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Lillard dishes to Anthony. Over Hardaway. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And the pass to Whiteside. Lillard outside. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And some of these distributors have been very hot from beyond the arc this season. The best three-point shooting point guards in the league. Fourth, Damian Lillard.
A lot of point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit for how well they shoot the basketball. So give this group their due. Some outstanding long-range shooters.
Well, let's put the three-point percentage in a box for a second. It's the range that those guys have that really blows me away. I mean, just about anything inside of half court is doable for them. Those are some long-distance marksmen.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Pass to Whiteside. Out to the wing. Lillard finds McCollum. Anthony left side. Lillard outside. McCollum outside. Inside. Porzingis with the steal. Hardaway passes to Kleba. Lets it go from 14. Here's Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
In general, Kevin, Porzingis' size is problematic. The D is not going to have any option but to foul him.
A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleba. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright, and it's Seth Curry in for Burke. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Back to McCollum. Passes it to Trent. McCollum outside. Hardaway with the steal. 1 second left. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then there's McCollum. And it's Trent in at the 3. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Mario Hezonja's checked in for Portland. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Simons. Back to Nurkic. Over to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the inside. Trent. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. Right, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. Here's Doncic. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Finney-Smith inside. Outside for Curry. Hardaway dishes to Curry. The putback. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. And 12 points for Porzingis.
Now we're going to see a rotation now defensively of guys going at Porzingis because nobody can stop him. You're going to go small, you're going to go big. Either way, he's winning the battle.
It's McCollum on the wing. There's the pass to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Count it. Good. Simons has got 5 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Hardaway. To the middle. Unloads from 9. That shot off the mark. And it's Portland the other way. And it's the Trailblazers on the break to tie it up. And another 3 for Portland.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Curry kicks to Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Passes it to Trent. And here's McCollum. Pass to Simons. Here's Trent. The 3. And Curry pulls it down. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Finney-Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
That free throw missing on the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Hardaway. And it's DeLon Wright in for Curry. Trailblazers trail by 3. Anthony dishes to Collins. Simons, the pass to Collins. To the left wing. He kicks it to Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Dallas has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. A wide open look here for Wright. Second chance effort, and that one's good. Marjanovic.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Now the pass to Simons. Out to Anthony. And stolen by Wright. Marjanovic finds Doncic. The 3. They grab their own miss.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Anthony left side. Kicks it out to Lillard. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Will it go? And it's Lillard missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And that one's good. Wright
finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Kicks it to Nurkic. Pass to Simons. Jacks up a three. That one misses. And the Mavericks going the other way now. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Marjanovic passes to Wright. Doncic outside. Drains the three-pointer. Doncic has got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the... David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21 demo.
Soaring high above the Willamette River toward... And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Here is Lillard. Out to the right wing. Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
Morris, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
McCollum outside. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard misses.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Morris finds Zubac. Over in the corner, Beverley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Patrick Beverley is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Both free throws good from Beverley.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverley. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
And so here are the Clippers. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Down low, here's Lillard. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. And Smitty, with Beverley and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now. And it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Morris, no good.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Collins finds McCollum, right wing. Stolen by Beverley. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And George gets it to go.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Now here's McCollum. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard dishes to George. Morris passes to George. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to Memphis.
Taking a look at some stats for McCollum. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. He's getting around 28 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Now here's Little. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Shot clock at 3. Anthony no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against Golden State. Pass to Little. To the wing right side. Anthony dishes to Little. Here's Simons. And the jam by Whiteside.
Good effort and energy by Whiteside. That time taking advantage of his size and strength.
To the middle. Taken away by Anthony. Poked away. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And stolen by Williams. And stolen by Whiteside. Now here's Anthony. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
The 3 from McCollum, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Paul George had that.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Landry Shamet. Morris is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a scorer than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Williams kicks to Morris. Now here's Williams. Defense right on him. That shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Morris finds Williams. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. Collins comes in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simmons. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Williams. And Azania gets it to go.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 11.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Zubac's the pass to Shamet. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim. A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating. Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Lillard left side. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
Pass to Nurkic. Down low, Paul George with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Now here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Out to Anthony. Pass to McCollum. He dishes it to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Collins passes to Lillard. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So for the Trailblazers, Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Collins. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The Clippers also making some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Leonard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
His wingspan is 7'7". Whiteside using all of it there.
Taken away by Anthony. Little kicks to Anthony. The pass to Simons. Anthony on the wing. Got a piece of it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Now McCollum. In the corner, it's Whiteside. And a miss there on the triple. And the first half is now in the books. Trailblazers out in front. They're okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5. And that's a wrap.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Clock at 4. 11 feet away. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Trailblazers.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames. But money well spent by the Blazers.
Now, here's George. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
And they continue to control the glass.
Lillard with the bucket.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Kawhi Leonard. McCollum dishes to Collins. Anthony left side. Three-pointer, Lillard. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Now, here's George. He has 6. He gets that one.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
A different look for the Clippers. Jermichael Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. And finished off by Hezonja.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Morris passes to Shamet. Morris kicks to Shamet. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's sent back by Lillard. Outside Anthony. Pass to Lillard. Here's Trent. Defended by Beverly. Back to Lillard. Passes to Nurkic. Anthony right side. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 12-point Trailblazer lead. From a low drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Here's Trent. Paul George making his last shot. Trent gets the bucket.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Clippers trail by 17. Here's Shamet. Lays it up off the glass. Shamet's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
In the corner, George with it. Morris kicks to George. Beverly controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Trent. Lillard surveying the D. From downtown, slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Morris finds George. Here's Beverly. The shot's good on the assist by George. Beverly's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And there's the pass to Nurkic. Outside Anthony. Lillard from outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Beautiful contest there by one of the most tenacious defenders in the game, Patrick Beverly.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson, staying patient, surveying the court, and locates the open man.
Little passes to Collins. Here's Simons, now Whiteside. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Whiteside. Leonard with the steal. Williams in the post, covered by Lillard, and it's good, 2 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. Here's Collins. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score. See a heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Inside, Jackson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Lillard kicks to Little. Back to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
So for the Trailblazers, Anthony comes in for Little. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Now here's McCollum. Collins kicks to McCollum. Pass to Whiteside. Back to McCollum. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And you like this play because you think Whiteside's going to call his own number. Not so fast.
Free throw good, McCollum. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Whiteside, good.
I still feel he's just scratching the surface. The immense potential of Whiteside shining through.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut back down to single digits after the bucket is good from Jackson. To the inside. Morris with the block. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Here's Williams. Anthony with the block. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Collins is running and finished off by Collins.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Jackson has the open look, and the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half. Cullen passes to Anthony. And here's Whiteside to the middle. Simons, and he banks in the layup. Simons has got his first basket of the night.
Good poise, good pass from Whiteside. Hassan with beautiful vision on that play.
And stolen by Whiteside. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. A 3 from McCollum. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And again, the turnover by the Clippers.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. The Clippers also changing it up. Landry Shamet's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Damian Lillard.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Here's Anthony. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Collins finds Lillard. It's rebounded by Leonard. Inside. Here's Zubats. It's off. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also...
We bring you tonight into Port... And with... Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Millsap.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2-guard spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Now, here's Jokic. It's Porter outside, drains it from beyond the arc. Well, with the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
From 11 feet away, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers. McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard scanning the floor. Nailed from three-point land.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Millsap finds Jokic. Murray outside. Five to shoot. Nurkic against Jokic. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And a wide open look for McCollum. They get the rebound. Back to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. The putback. It's good on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Here's Craig. He's guarded by McCollum. Craig kicks to Murray. And stolen by Lillard. For the finish. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
Now here's Millsap. 20 points for him last game against Dallas. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. To the paint. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 7 points. The Nuggets trail by 4.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Back to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Nurkic, the pass to Anthony. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And Portland making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. Here's McCollum. Plays it in off the breakaway. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's McCollum. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Lillard, right side. McCollum dishes to Whiteside. Jokic with the steal. Murray with it. Now Anthony defending. Murray, good.
I think his unselfish attitude is really a big part of what makes Millsap a leader on the court, and the ability to make some dynamic passes doesn't hurt either.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The shot will not fall. And the Nuggets going the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. Porter, no luck. For Portland, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. From deep. The shot that time not on target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think
knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So on the floor for Denver, Grant is out there at Bowl. Then there's Plumlee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Dozier in at the 2 spot.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Pass to Plumlee. He feeds it to Bowl. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
To the right side. Here's Trent. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here is Hezonja. The pass to Simons. Offline with his 3. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
And at 7'2", Bowl has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Simons surveying the D. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And, you know, when Grant gets a chance for an easy basket, he really busts it down the floor. I mean, the quickness and athleticism he possesses, really hard to deal with defensively.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Little can't hit. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Morris outside. Grant right side. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. He can't get that one to fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
The Nuggets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Portland trailing here. Nurkic with it. Outside Anthony. Collins kicks to Nurkic. Lillard against Morris. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Nobody near Lillard. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Fires for 3. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got it all tied up now for Portland.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And Jokic throws it down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. Again, the Nuggets score.
Millsap, this time with the catch and fire, showing off his versatility.
Now Lillard. He had 25 points last game. Collins kicks to McCullough. Over Daniels. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's it for the first half. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a rope. And that should do it with the...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCullough. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Damian Lillard. Millsap passes to Murray. Puts it up from 15, and Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Murray. Millsap's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Trailblazers shooting 43% from the floor.
You know, you look at Jamal Murray, and this guy just seems to be a natural scorer. Has no problem scoring the basketball from anywhere and all angles. Has tremendous confidence at the offensive end. And guys, I think he's just scratching the surface.
And with the way Murray scores, Clark, he's a great fit for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin, because the team has plenty of playmakers and guys like Jokic, and that takes some of the playmaking pressure away from Murray. It allows Murray to simply just focus on what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket.
Passes it to Jokic. Outside Porter. Back to Jokic. Murray outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
And you know, this is something Jokic does extremely well. He excels at finding the open man with quality passes.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Craig, covered by Anthony. Craig can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
A tight game here in Portland. Now here's Lillard. He's covered closely. Here's the dish to Anthony. It's tipped. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Left side, Collins. Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Back to Porter. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Jokic, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Both teams will make substitutions. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. Three-pointer on the way. And there's Little. That's good on the assist by Whiteside.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Trent passes to Hazania. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Now here's Little, guarded by Porter. Here's Simons, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. The Nuggets trail by 3. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Back to Porter. Wide open look here for Murray. Offensive rebound. That's tipped. Pass to Dozier. Here's Murray. Porter looking it over. Takes the 3. Murray, no good. Now here's Whiteside. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Here's Simons. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Portland out in front. They lead by 3. And we're coming right. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Denver will start the 4th quarter with. They've got Grant. Also, Bull out there. Morris is out there with Plumlee, and it's Daniels in at the 2. Trent, and he's good on the 3 ball. Trent's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
No one covering.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball. Bull's understanding of when to look for his next level.
Anthony dishes to Whiteside. Anthony can't hit.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
On the wing, Daniels. Pass to Plumlee. Over Whiteside. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Plumlee. Portland's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Here's Daniels to tie it up. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And one area, Clark, that Mason Plumlee doesn't get enough credit in is his playmaking. He does a great job at that as a center.
I could not agree with you more. He's an outstanding passer, but when you're playing with Jokic, you sometimes get overlooked in terms of how well he passes it. But he does a good job and is really solid off the bench. Plumlee moves well, he's active, and he's a rim protector defensively, too.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Collins in the post. Millsap covering. Outside Anthony. Dishes it to Nurkic. Collins passes to Anthony. Buries the long-range jumper. Anthony's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The pass to Morris. He dishes it to Millsap. Back to Morris. Collins against Millsap. Stolen by McCollum. Lillard outside. Out to the right wing. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
But they recover it. Millsap finds Morris. Beyond the arc. Bull can't hit.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Down low. Plumlee with the steal. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lillard outside. Collins with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Lillard the pass to Collins. Back to Lillard. And right on target. Good. And it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
And like his father, Manu, Bull's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Michael Porter comes in for Troy Daniels. And it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. Millsap passes to Jokic. And the rejection by Collins. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court.
You know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release and elite scorer.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Millsap finds Jokic. Back to Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that's now 6 points for Paul Millsap.
A huge possession, and Millsap comes through. He's known as a leader, and that is how you lead by example.
Anthony's shot is off. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Millsap misses. Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Anthony, the pass to Collins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Millsap kicks to Porter. Passes it to Murray. Fires the three. And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably a little. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining.
Can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room. Well, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Mavericks. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, Portland, they're down in the 9th position.
You know, right now, Dallas, I love what they've been able to do this season. Last year, really just a struggle for them, but they've clearly put that behind them.
Oh, they're a different team this year for sure. They've got that confidence, that drive back. That was missing for so much of last year.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Curry is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4-man position. And for the Trailblazers, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. We're looking forward to the center matchup tonight, Doris. What do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard from outside. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Knocks it loose. Outside Collins. Lillard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Lillard following the score by Dallas. 5 on the clock. Here's Collins. Nurkic. Collins trying to break free. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Count that bucket.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Lillard finds Nurkic. There's the triple. And it's Lillard missing. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Porzingis, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
And with Porzingis, as Doris, you mentioned, that energy he has is contagious.
Well, he is the prototypical modern NBA big, right? Porzingis can run the floor in transition. He can face up and shoot with range. He can put it on the deck, and he can play out of the post. What more could you ask?
And they get it back. And now here comes Collins leading the break. From outside the arc, it's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Lillard dishes to Anthony. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Collins passes to Anthony. And the foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Over Hardaway. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Nuggets. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Elbow shot is on the way. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight. Right wing. Here's Trent. Portland again missing. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 4-point game. Hardaway banked in off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Trent. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. Here's Trent, guarded by Hardaway. The wide open shot by Little. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Finney Smith. Hazonia defending. Ripped away. Here's the break. Pass to Simons. Now Whiteside. And it's Little atop the key. Over Hardaway. Whiteside, the pass to Trent. Back to Whiteside. Up in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that does it for the first quarter. The Mavericks on top. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Burke. Also, J.J. Barea out there. DeJuan Wright is out there with Marjanovic. And it's Kleba in at the power forward position.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Marjanovic. They lead by 6, their biggest margin.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Wright. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trailblazers trail by 6. And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. Little with the ball. Right on him. McCollum outside. Pass to Lillard. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Misses the 3. Mavericks leading by 6. Out of Würzburg, Germany, undrafted Maxi Kleber. With a strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki, and he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
So it's Portland now. The Mavericks making the shot. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
McCollum finds Lillard. And here's Anthony from the arc. Great positioning on the putback.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here's Marjanovic. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, They'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Kings, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Out to the right wing. Right, the pass to Kleba. Back to right, taken away by Anthony. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Anthony up on top. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Here's Nurkic. Lillard, right side. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 5 now.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And here we have some expert playmakers at the 2-guard position. Since the All-Star break, these are the shooting guards averaging the most assists per game. Number 1, Luka Doncic. And, of course, C.J. McCollum.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're more like hybrid guards. They can create opportunities for their teammates or handle the scoring duties themselves. Either way, they're valuable to have around.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Curry outside. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Dallas moving the ball around. And the basket by Curry.
Well, you know that Seth Curry will be aggressive regardless of where he is on the floor. Nice look inside there.
Collins kicks to Hazanya. Lillard the pass to Hazanya. Back to Lillard. The 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And Finney Smith gets it to go.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. Back to Nurkic. It could go, and that one released in time, but no good. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point. And
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. With the putback, there's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers, trailing by 5. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. In the corner, Collins with it. And it's McCollum off the drive. It's McCollum on the wing. Shoots over Curry. McCollum, no good.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Nurkic against Marjanovic. Pass to McCollum. Lillard outside. Anthony right side. Shot clock at 5. Portland needs to get off a shot. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Lillard. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Curry passes to Marjanovic. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Marjanovic has got his 3rd basket of the night. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. High post try, and a little luck that time, but it drops. McCollum's got his 2nd basket.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Hardaway for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Finney-Smith taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Passes it to Curry. Shoots. Again, the Mavericks score. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
1:09 left here in the 3rd quarter. Lillard surveying the D. Ball's knocked loose. Feeds it to McCollum. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. He gets it in there. And now an 11-point Dallas lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Maxi Kleber comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Lee's checked in for Curry. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Mavericks leading by 11. Here's Burke. Buries it from 3-point range.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Whiteside uses the glass to finish the layup. Whiteside's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
To the right side. Here's Kleber. Another 3 for Dallas.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Pass to Trent. Back to Whiteside. To the wing right side. It'll count. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 15 going in. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Jackson is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Lee. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Kleba in at the small forward. Simons the pass to Whiteside. The shot missing. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Back to Kleba. Burke kicks to Kleba. Takes a three. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 15. Lays it up and banks it in. McCollum's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Trailblazers. Outside Porzingis. Back to Jackson. To the inside. 9 feet out. And there's Burke. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
Good possession there. Exactly the way they drew it up.
Over to the left wing. Anthony, the pass to Whiteside. Portland moving the ball around. Pass to Simons. Jacks up a three. The putback. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his fourth rebound in this one. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Burke. Drills the three-pointer. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Simons surveying the D. Whiteside finds McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. Porzingis against Whiteside. And it's blocked. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Dallas also making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Jackson. Wright comes in for Courtney Lee. And Barea subbed in for Burke. Now here's Barea. Porzingis passes to Barea. Back to Porzingis. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great football. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
Oh, I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Lillard the pass to Simons. Lillard against Curry. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Dallas.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
3-on-3. Here's Lillard. And that one is off. Good D by Hardaway. Here's Doncic. But they get it back. Finney-Smith kicks to Curry. Finney-Smith passes to Curry. Over in the corner, Doncic sinks the three-pointer. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Outside Collins. Lillard, the pass to Collins. Back to Lillard. From deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
From deep, Berea doesn't go that time. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.